All right, back inside the Pirate Radio studios with ECU linebackers Xavier Smith and Bruce Bivens inside the Players Lounge here on Pirate Radio Live. Fellas, welcome to the show. Xavier, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How's everybody?
Hey, we're great. Bruce, good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too.
And you guys are in a good mood today. Well, maybe not because of class starting, but it sounds like the defense won again in the second scrimmage of fall camp. I know y'all are going to say that's true, but that's legit true, right? You guys had a good day Saturday?
I mean, I agree that the defense won. Need to talk to coaches and get that trophy. But I think we did a pretty good job defensively for a second time.
Bruce, how'd you feel? And again, you guys, how much did you guys play in the scrimmage on Saturday?
Not too much. Obviously, Coach Houston was trying to, take care of our lids, take care of the old guys and stuff. So, I mean, we got our reps. We got out there, competed, and did what we had to do. It was pretty fun, but it was evident that the defense did win. So,
and it's that's a compliment to you guys that he wants to save you for the regular season. So, part of you probably wants to get out there and make plays.
Yeah.
The other part of you is like, well, I know my spot on this team, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bruce, let's talk about what you guys did well and the younger guys that you were on the sidelines watching at the linebacker position. Who stepped up at that position?
I mean, pretty much everyone. I mean, everybody on the defense is doing a good job on, playing their role and doing what they have to do to, contribute to the team. So, everybody's improving. Everybody's improving in my room. In our room, the linebackers room, every room. So, everybody's doing what they have to do to contribute to, us playing good. So,
Xavier, how physical are your practices? I guess the fall camp portion, once you get into the regular season portion, it'll probably get a little lighter. But how physical is this fall camp for you guys?
It was pretty physical because, like I said, this team, there's a whole lot more talent, a whole lot of mental and physically tougher guys on this roster right now. So practice is much harder not harder, but when it comes to a physical standpoint, it is much tougher than it has been in the past because, guys have that mentality, the iron sharpen iron mentality. So every day at practice, we're just going at it.
You guys have a guy at the defensive end position, Jeremy Lewis, who played both ways in high school down the road at South Central. Yeah. Was a tight end here, and now has moved to the defensive side. You can relate to that, Xavier, coming in early on, and they moved you to tight end, and we're far removed from that now, Xavier. But what do you remember about that time? How awkward was that for you trying to learn that position?
It wasn't necessarily awkward. It was just different, to say the least, because I played running back in high school, so I was familiar with the offensive side of the ball. But I'm gonna be real, college playing tight end was not what I was expected. I have a couple memories, good and bad. I remember getting put on my butt for the first time and how embarrassing that was. And I remember catching my first pass, and I remember how exciting that was. So yeah. I definitely understand how Jerem feels both sides. There's good and bad to each, but I'm glad Jerem's on the defensive side of the ball. I'm glad I'm back on defense, so it all worked out. Yeah,
you went from tight end to ECU's leading tackler, in a year span, I believe. And so you feel more comfortable, more at home at your linebacker spot?
Yeah, naturally, I like being on the defensive side of the ball, but I just show up to work every day and just try to put my best foot forward. I have good guys with me like Bruce. We all push each other. We all trying to compete with each other, and we have talks about our future goals and stuff. So, guys in that room, we just work together to try to attain those goals.
Bruce, when's the last time you got a ball on the offensive side? I guess running back in high school? What'd you do in high school?
Middle school.
Middle school.
I didn't even play offense in high school. The last time I touched the ball was the last time I touched the ball in high school is when I caught an interception and I took it to the house for a pick six. So,
you said that about last year too.
Yeah, there you go.
Last time I touched the ball last year, I caught an interception. So, that's as close to offense as I'll get.
Xavier, how we talked about you being at home at linebacker, but at what linebacker spot, outside or inside? I got you doing a little bit of both this year, right?
Right now I'm handling it pretty well. Playing two positions because I'm already comfortable at linebacker, and then I know the ins and outs of most of the parts of the defense. So just going down there and learning a new position, just being able to add that different weapon for offenses to scheme up, I feel like it's a good thing to do.
How's one day of class going for you guys? What classes have you taken so far?
I only had one class, and I was just stressed trying to find parking today. There was so many people out here. I drove to the parking deck, packed, tried to drive to Minji's. didn't feel like walking, so I was like, all right, let me try to find somewhere closer. But luckily, I found a spot. Can't tell you where I parked, but I got me a spot.
Xavier special spot. They can't tell anybody that. Bruce, everything going good your way?
Everything going good. My story is pretty similar to Xavier. I drove up here. The parking deck was packed. I was almost late to my class, just trying to find somewhere to park. So it was pretty hectic this morning. But it's good to be back on campus and get to interact with people and stuff.
What are you guys majoring in again?
Communications.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was, Justin Chase. He told me on Saturday his family has a background in radio, and I think family runs a few radio stations, and he's a big voice guy, radio guy, like yourself, Xavier. Sure. You seem to be a natural at it. And Bruce, I heard you talk about this last Monday with Troy, that people look at you look like a linebacker, like you got that demeanor, but you also got a light side to you too, right?
Yeah. I do.
You don't like to show it. You don't like to smile a lot, but you're smiling right now.
I do like to laugh and stuff, and I don't know, that's just my personality. I'm more kind of reserved a little bit, but I do like to laugh and be goofy and stuff. So don't let the appearance fool you.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're doing here on Pirate Radio Live, letting you know these guys as people. And let's talk about Appalachian State. How much have you guys started to look at what they do offensively?
We already been watching film. I know me personally, I watch film off to the side, but today is when we narrow down the game plan and get what calls we're taking in the game week and stuff like that. So really today is when we're gonna know more about that.
And Bruce, how different is that this year to last year? You guys barely knew who Blake Harrell was last year because you didn't get a real off season with him. But this year, as far as Xavier's talking about the calls, the plays, the checks, all that stuff, how easier is that you've had a full off season with Coach Harrell?
It's super easy because I had a time to adapt to the defense and stuff like that. Like I said in the past, I've learned multiple different defenses from multiple different coaches, and to have a second year under my belt with him is pretty good. Anybody will say the same thing. It's good because you get to adapt to what you've been learning.
How excited are you guys to play what you've done it before, but open up the season in an NFL stadium? Does that get a little extra juices flowing?
I just come ready to play.
No matter where it is?
It doesn't matter where it is, NFL stadium, college stadium, high school, field. I'm just ready to work.
Yeah, Bruce, we still playing ball, man.
Yeah.
And fans can be there. So
does it matter that they put in a new turf? Do you prefer turf or grass, or do you care?
I like grass.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of turf.
Honestly, it don't matter to me because we gonna end up playing regardless. So
once again, sounds like the defense won for a second straight scrimmage, and that's a lot of momentum heading into this season. How excited are you guys, and how confident are you that we're going to see a strong Pirate defense in 2021?
Without a doubt, I know that you guys are going to see a tremendous jump from last year defensively. Guys, like I said, we have that second year of knowing the same defense. None of us, I know for a fact, no one on current roster had the ability to do that before. So this is really good for everybody having the same defense, really just learning and focusing on the small details of the call rather than just learning what to do. I feel like that's a big difference, and it can translate to the field.
And Bruce, your last ride, you were and you played great football over the years. I think you were playing some of your best at the tail end of last year, so you're looking to carry that over into this season.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I had a bumpy road, dealing with some injuries and stuff like that. So I'm just happy to get another year, year two under the defense and a different mentality and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. We're really excited collectively. So let's get it going.
Bruce, you said last week you like to fish, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about hobbies. How about sports-wise? You're a Texas guy, so who's your NFL team?
Honestly, I'm not no Texas fan because I don't like the Texans or the Cowboys. But
that's what I like to hear.
When it come down to sports and stuff, I'm more of a player type of guy. If my favorite player on the team or something, that's how, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who's what linebackers do you like to watch and not, maybe model your game after, or who do you enjoy watching?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, I mean, Ray Lewis, he's retired, but like, when he was playing, I used to watch his games all the time. I love the way he play. I love the passion he brings to the game. But like as of now, like I'll say like Devin White, Levante David, players like that. Like there's some good, exciting linebackers and great players to watch.
And okay, I don't know where Stafford is, Xavier, but I'm a Washington fan. Is that maybe you a Washington football team fan?
Oh, absolutely not.
I figured.
Absolutely not.
Who you like?
I'm a Patriots fan. I was born in New Hampshire, so
okay.
Yeah, that stuck with me.
So you're not a bandwagoner. You got an excuse?
No, I am a loyal fan.
Cam and company coming back strong this year?
Hopefully. I mean, I ain't have much time to really look at NFL stuff because I've been busy with this stuff.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Donnie Kirkpatrick is a Washington fan, and I remember early on, like years ago, I'd go out there and say, "Hey, Coach, did you watch the game?" And he was like, "What game?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Washington. You're a fan." He's like, "Man, I don't have time to watch that stuff." So, like, you guys are so locked in, you really don't get to enjoy football, I guess, as far as watching, right?
Yeah, not like NFL stuff. I remember I used to be a big NFL guy until I came to college, and now it's like college is the NFL, so I just like watch college games, things like that.
Good deal. Xavier Smith, Bruce Bivens joining us. So you got one more week before game week gets here, and it is an early game week with the game being on Thursday. So what are you guys trying to fine-tune, I guess, this final week and a half as you get ready for App State? Go ahead, Bruce.
Oh shoot! Anything that we need to like to make sure, we play our best football. So I mean, I feel like that answer that I just gave you, kind of sums it all up. I mean, there's no direct answer on what we need to do. It's like it's a general thing. Like one, it like So I'm.
It sounds like if you had a game like tomorrow, you'd be ready to go. Basically, like you're fine tuning things, but everything's in and all set. Is that right, Xavier?
Yeah, but for me, it's a little bit different because I have to play two positions. So for me, it's just like tightening up on like the little things. I'm making mistakes on like first step, stance, alignment, and then like transitioning back to linebacker. Like sometimes I get like a little mixed up. I'm like, okay, this is what I have for rush, this is what I have for linebacker, and then when I'm back deep at rush, I'm like, am I at linebacker? And sometimes I have a little brain fart, but just like narrowing down and just focusing on the job I have to do is what I'm trying to focus on right now.
That's a good point, learning that new position. Bruce, you've been around so long. I always hear you guys talk about the game slowing down. It's got to be pretty slow for you right now, right? Yeah. You can read everything going on. So, Xavier, Bruce, great to have you guys hanging out in the Pirate Radio Players Lounge. We'll talk to you guys next Monday. Have a great week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hope you find a parking spot.
I already got one. Can't tell you that.
All right. Thanks for having us.
We'll wrap it up there.